Hello there, I'm Fernanda, and in this video I'm going to show you my minimalist capsule wardrobe for the fall of 2021. And this time I'm going to do things a little bit differently. Usually I show you the capsule by categories, showing you all the tops, then all the bottoms, etc. But the truth is that that is rarely how a capsule comes together. This time, I started by plugging in those items that I knew I 100% wanted to include in the capsule. Those items that I just could not wait to wear in the fall. And those were my green dress, my printed orange skirt, my snake print booties, and my purple culottes. And once I had these four anchors, I knew that I needed to build the entire capsule wardrobe around making these items work. Coincidentally, these four items are statement pieces in my wardrobe. So that told me that the rest of the capsule was going to be mostly basics to make these as versatile as possible. Your basics are the workhorses of your wardrobe. So let me know in the comments below, what are your anchors, your must-have items for your capsule wardrobe this fall? Now that I've shown you these four must-have items, I'm going to start showing you by categories as usual, starting with the tops. As usual, I'm following the capsule wardrobe formula, so that tells me that I need 4 more items in the dresses category section. So my next top is going to be this thin wool turtleneck sweater. I had a vision in my mind of wanting to wear a turtleneck sweater with purple culottes, and this came from a video that I made earlier in the summer. And in order to make that work, I knew that I needed to include this. And it also works very well with the orange skirt, so I knew that it was a good option. And by the way, I'm not going to hang it properly so that you see the shape, because that will stretch out the sweater. Instead, I'm going to fold it the only way that I think knits should be hung, like this, so that you don't get those shoulder bumps that you usually get. Voila! Next, I needed a second top that would work with the purple culottes, because remember, I only ever include a bottom if I have at least 2 tops that I can wear it with. So for that, I decided to include another thin knit. This one is black, and you've seen it on previous winter capsule wardrobe. That would work both with the culottes and with the skirt. So far, we're looking pretty good. I don't normally recommend hanging knits like this, because then you're going to get the shoulder bumps that the hanger is going to leave on the sweater. But in order so that you can see it, I'm just going to do it for a little bit. In fact, I hope that's better. And because so far I'm pretty covered for late fall when it's going to be a little bit colder, I wanted to include a couple of pieces that I could wear in the early fall while it's still hot out, but that I could layer as the season got colder. So I wanted to include a white crew neck tank top, which you know I love, that works both with the culottes and the skirt. And I also wanted to include another very similar top, because this is like signature style me. It is a black Cynthia Rowley Silk top that I've had forever, and it's one of my favorites. And I don't normally include it in my capsule wardrobes. I don't know why, but this time I decided to go for it. And similarly, it also works with the culottes. It doesn't really work with the skirt, so that tells me that I need more bottoms that could work with this top. Can you see the turtleneck? I feel like you can't. Let me move it. I hope this is better. We have the dress, the black knit, the white tank top, the black printed tank top, and the gray turtleneck. So a fun story about this top is that I actually found it on sale at a TJ Maxx years ago, and I love it. So I treat it like royalty, and I don't wear it too much because I don't want it to ever wear out. But for this capsule, I felt like my summer capsule was like super colorful and super casual, and I really wanted to move more towards like New York City chic, and that is the top that makes me feel New York City chic, so that's why it's included in this capsule. Thumbs up for building a capsule wardrobe around a mood. So far we have 4 tops, 1 dress, 2 bottoms, a pair of shoes, and a ton of outfit combinations. So this tells me that we're in good shape, and I'm ready to move on to the bottoms. And by the way, if you like building your capsule wardrobes like this by plugging in specific items into the capsule wardrobe formula, I did put together a free downloadable worksheet for you that will help you visualize your capsule as it comes together. If you're interested in that, I will leave it linked for you in the cards and in the description box below. Bottoms! Another outfit that I personally really like to wear in the fall is just a simple pair of jeans with a turtleneck top, because I feel like it looks, again, super chic. You don't have to wear a lot of jewelry, and it looks very elegant and very put together. So in order to make that gray turtleneck work, I decided to include this black pair of jeans, because I figured black pair of jeans, gray turtleneck, and then the booties would look very nice together, and it would be a very nice instant outfit right there. And it also works with the white tank top. So these are going in. Following the capsule wardrobe formula, I know that I needed to include another bottom. And I didn't want to include another skirt because I already had two, in this skirt and in the dress. And I know myself, and I know that I'm not likely to want to wear skirts as the weather gets really cold. So I needed another pair of pants. Also because I don't always gravitate to wearing all black. Like sometimes I do like to mix it up. So I decided to include this great pair of jeans, which is also in the color palette, and it works with this top, with the black one, and it gives me a lot of options. Another really good option as a bottom for this capsule would have been just a simple classic pair of blue jeans. At the moment, I actually don't have one in my wardrobe. I used to have a pair that I love that fit me great, but I wore them too much and they started to tear, and I actually don't even fit into them anymore, so I had to donate them. But the thing is, when I started putting together this capsule, I knew that I already had enough clothes that I was very excited to wear, that I could make this capsule work without buying anything new. So I decided to do exactly that. I didn't buy anything new for this capsule. All of these pieces are pieces that were already existing in my wardrobe that you've seen in one way or another in previous capsule wardrobes, but are just kind of like remixed to create a new capsule. And the interesting thing to me about this capsule is that I'm not following a single one of the fall 2021 trends, like literally not a single one. But that's okay. That is not the point of building a wardrobe that you love. If you love trends, by all means include them into your capsule wardrobes. But in my case, I don't particularly follow trends. That's not my personal style, and these things really do make me happy, so that's why I'm going to include them. Let's move on to layers. First up, I knew I wanted to include a layer that would allow me to wear something over the tank top and the skirt as the weather gets colder, and ideally something that I could wear over the dress as well. So I decided to include this black jacket that I've had for a while. It's from a company called Brooklyn Industries that I don't even think makes jackets like this anymore. It's not actual leather, it's vegan leather. We all know what that means, but it works for this wardrobe, so I decided to keep it. And next for layers, I wanted to include a little bit more color. I did say that I wanted to gravitate away from color after the summer, but this capsule wardrobe ended up being very gray and black, so I wanted to bring in something that would lighten it up a little bit. So I decided to bring in this green jacket, which some people might still consider a neutral. I personally don't. In my wardrobe, it doesn't work as a neutral, but I wanted something that could bring in a little bit more color if I wear gray and black or something like that. So this one is going to go in. And lastly for layers, I wanted something even warmer, something that I could layer even under both of the jackets that would work very well with the dress and the skirts and the jeans and all of these things. So I decided to include this wool sweater that I've had in previous winter capsule wardrobes, and maybe even in the spring, because it works very well with jeans. It'll work very nicely with the culottes. I can layer it over the dress and tuck it in. It's a little bit cropped, so it can look really nice over a maxi skirt. So I decided this was a good option, and it's in the color palette, and it goes. Moving on to shoes. I really felt like this capsule wardrobe needed a pair of black shoes, something that could tie an entire look together that would work with the dress, with the skirt, with the culottes, all of these things. So I've had this pair of black booties in my wardrobe for literally years, and I really don't wear them so much, partially because they do have a little bit of a taller heel, and like heels in New York City are risky sometimes, but I feel like they're on their way out, so I decided to include them in this capsule so that I could wear them as much as possible and then part with them with ease. So first up, these booties. Or actually second up, because we already have the other booties. And speaking of black shoes, I don't know if you remember my tall black over-the-knee boots that I've included in previous capsules. Well, those would have worked well for this capsule as well, but those sadly have passed on and moved on to better days. RIP boots. And plus, I think the small booties work better with the culottes than the over-the-knee boots. And here is where I started to deviate a tiny bit from my capsule wardrobe formula. If you're familiar with it, you know that I usually only include 2 pairs of shoes. But in this case, I had 2 pairs of very similar shoes, both heeled, both booties, and I knew that I wanted to wear something flat. Eventually, like, something's gonna come up where you're gonna have to wear something flat. So I decided to bring back my white pair of sneakers, which are looking a little bit rough, and I definitely need to wash the shoelaces so that they actually look white, because right now they're a little bit dirty. they may only last this season and then be gone. I don't know what it is about shoes, but like I absolutely destroy them. I mean, I do walk around a lot because that's just part of my lifestyle, but I do something that just goes beyond. Like maybe I should just go see a podiatrist about it because this is unnatural. So if you're familiar with the capsule wardrobe formula, you know that it's about 15 pieces and that's it. And this is already a total of 15 pieces. But you also know that I'm flexible with the formula, so I did wanted to bring one more extra special item. Because looking at this capsule, I realized that I had a lot of good layers that could bring me towards end of November, early December. But for those really, really cold days, I needed something even warmer. So I decided to bring back this tartan coat that was included in my fall capsule wardrobe. It's wool and it's very, very warm, and it's also somewhat in the color palette. It's just basically white, gray, and black, and it would work with most of the options in my wardrobe. So this I don't expect to wear a lot, and certainly not in the beginning of the season. I think this is something that I'm going to be gravitating towards more like from Thanksgiving and onwards, but it is a good option to have. And there you have it. This is my fall 2021 capsule wardrobe. And looking at it now, I'm already pretty excited. Like I wish I could be wearing these clothes now, even though it's still way too hot and I couldn't possibly be wearing these things right away. But I do like to post my capsule wardrobe videos a little bit earlier so that hopefully they are helpful to you when you are building your own fall capsule wardrobes. And I do want to remind you that I do have that downloadable guide that will help you plug in your items into the capsule wardrobe formula that I will leave linked for you in the description box below. And as is tradition on this channel, if you want to see all of the outfits that can be put together with this capsule wardrobe, make sure to subscribe and ring that bell so that you don't miss the video where I show you the 30+ outfits that can be put together with this capsule. If you like this video, it would mean so much to me if you share it with a friend and give it a huge thumbs up. That helps my channel out a lot. And if you're interested in seeing a completely different fall capsule wardrobe in terms of color palette, I highly recommend you check out this video next. This is my last year's fall capsule wardrobe, and it was full of fall colors, and it was just a completely different story than this one. So I'll see you over there.